This video is an overview of the HVLS mounting methods to highlight key safety points. Please reference the complete manual for additional details and information. Installation of this fan and control package should only be performed by a qualified professional who has read and understands these instructions and is familiar with proper safety precautions. Improper installation poses serious risk of injury due to electric shock, contact with rotating equipment, and other potential hazards. Always disconnect power prior to working on equipment. There are three main types of installations available for HVLS fans. For open web steel joist installations, there's a flat bar that gets installed. This flat bar gets sandwiched between the joist and the roof deck. This flat bar also has weld nuts installed on the top side. 1/2 inch all thread is threaded up into those weld nuts until a few threads exit at the top of the nut. Once the open channel is installed, there's a 6-inch flat bar that gets installed below the open channel and nylock nuts get installed below that. That assembly gets repeated for every joist in the system. Once the 6-inch flat bars are installed, the beam assembly gets tightened and then slid into place above the 6-inch flat bars. It's important at this point to center the beam up between joists and to torque every fastener correctly per the manual. The last step for the beam assembly for the web steel joist is to route the safety cables below the beam and above the joist. Loop the safety cables on both ends and then double clamp each end of the safety cable. Another prevalent mounting system is called purlin mounting. Purlin mounting is used when the ceiling is constructed with purlin joists, oftentimes called purlin Z-joist. Each purlin joist must receive a purlin bracket. The purlin beam must span at least 4 purlins and is secured to the purlin using a purlin beam mount assembly. These purlin beam mount assemblies get directly bolted to the purlins with structural bolts, and then they get bolted together on the bottom with another set of bolts. There's a clamp that goes over the beam that secures the purlin assembly to the purlin itself. As a reminder, every one of the bolts are torqued to the manual specifications. The last step is to wrap a safety cable below the purlin assembly and above the purlin itself. Loop the safety cables on both ends and then double clamp each end of the safety cable. In some installations, the pre-cut cable lengths won't go over top of the purlin due to the purlin being too tall or the purlin being too tight against the ceiling. So in those cases, a 1/4-inch hole can be drilled in the top of the purlin and the cable routed through that hole. This will allow you to use standard cut safety cables in those installations. Every safety cable in guy wire has a specific installation instruction. On each end of the cable there must be a loop tied back through 2 safety clamps. There's also a live end and a turn back end of every cable. The turn back end must be on the U side of the safety clamps. Another common type of installation is called the direct beam mount or the direct I-beam mount. This is where the fan mounts directly to a beam. In this case, the beam must be between 3 and 10 inches wide, and the thickness must be between 1/4 and 5/8 inches thick. If the beam is thicker than 5/8 inches, a spacer goes between the fan and the beam clamp, and this is for beams up to 1 inch thick. Every fan includes a standard pivoting mount. Pivoting mounts are used to connect to the beam and to the fan below. Pivoting mounts are available in 12, 24, or 48-inch lengths and are connected to the beam and to the fan using safety cables. Fan extensions are used to lower the mounting height of the fan. They're available in 24 or 48-inch lengths, and a maximum of 2 extensions can be used per fan. They attach directly to the bottom of the pivoting mount and to the fan itself. A safety cable is used to secure the fan extension to the fan pivot plate, and the cable is routed through both components with a loop system on the back. The loops go through a double clamp system for security. Safety cables are used to secure every component of the fan. In this case, this safety cable connects the extension with the main drive assembly. This safety cable has a loop on both ends that are secured with a double clamp system. The main hub and drive assembly is the heart of the fan. It attaches directly to the extension or the pivoting mount above. It also has a safety ring on the bottom that would catch the blades in the event of blade failure. Thank you for watching. Be sure to watch the other videos in this series. For more information, please refer to the complete manual or call us at 1-866-784-6900 for authorized technical support.